So the first thing was you started releasing your music through YouTube covers.
True, I did. Yeah, that was probably, I think that started back in like 2012, maybe.
Well, since you got started doing that, what do you think about how people are now on YouTube covering your music?
You know, it's funny that you say that, because my mom, I went down to Guelph a couple weeks ago to visit my family, and my mom was like showing me all these covers, and I thought it was like, she was like really blown away by it, and I thought I was really blown away by it too. I thought it was really cool because, I mean, it was the platform that helped me get my, you know, my recognition in the music industry, and it helped me, you know, garner my record deal ultimately. So I think, you know, social media is a really cool outlet for people to, you know, showcase their talents and showcase what they can do, and I don't know, I think it's very flattering for sure. Was there any videos that you've seen or like your mom showed you that you have like favorites? Yeah, I'm on by my Mac right now. Let me pull it up. There's one that these two kids did that were like really, really good. I forget their names. We were starting to cover, but they were really, really cool. They did like a full production of it, and it was just really good. And the funny thing was is that they released it like right when I released my music video, and it was like it was getting like the same amount of hits as my video was. It was doing like really good. So I think the girl's name is Saskia, and then the guy's name is Jamal Earl, and they did a cover of it, and they did a really, really, really good job. Like I showed it to my label, and everyone was like, "Holy cow, it's really amazing."
Okay. Yeah, I actually think I saw that one earlier when I was looking at all the different covers.
Yeah, they did a good job, eh?
Yeah, they did. What do you do to prepare yourself for a festival?
For me, for this set, like this C-Fest, the cool thing about it is that it's actually the first full set that I've got to do as Virginia Vegas. So I mean, like the last couple of weeks have been pretty heavy in rehearsals, like just trying to, you know, put the right set together to make it like fun for summer festival. So it's just been, you know, selecting the right songs, and you know, I've got an amazing band playing with me. So I don't know, I'm just really pumped. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, cool. How would you rate your set that you've got all planned out on a scale of mustaches? Like
what's the caliber here? Do you have like different types of mustache, and like a different type of mustache, like the better mustache?
Just any type. Well, it's sort of just we'll start off at the low end is like a John Waters, that thin pencil mustache, and then at the top end you have like a Wilford Brimley, that just big bushy walrus type mustache.
Okay, I'm currently Googling mustache style, and I'm going to find the one that I think is most like my mustache, or most like my set. I'm going to give it, I'm going to call it, what is this one here? I think it's called the bullet head.
The bullet head.
No, let's call it the undercover brother. It's the undercover brother, which is kind of like the police mustache, where it's like, it's just kind of thick and it kind of tapers down at the end.
Okay.
So the way that I'll explain that is, I mean, I'm not doing anything flashy. I'm not doing anything crazy or over the top for this show. I'm just trying to, you know, put a great collection of songs together and have a great band that's playing, and, you know, win people over by not doing any flashy antics, but just having a great set. So
okay.
It'll be the undercover brother of the festival.
Okay, sounds like a good set. That's a good mustache, solid.
Thanks,
man. What keeps you motivated to continue writing new music? Because it must get difficult or kind of draining to continue doing that day after day.
Well, the thing about being like in the music industry, and like especially being an artist and being a writer, and you know working at a small label, the thing is I've kind of got my, you know, I've kind of, what's the saying? I've got many hats, a man of many hats.
Okay.
You know, you have to do a lot of different things. So, you know, some days I'm writing for other artists, some days I'm writing for myself, some days I'm in rehearsal, some days I'm playing shows, you know what I mean? It's like every day I'm doing a different thing, and it's like just trying to keep up with everything that's going on. So I think, you know, maybe once it gets to a level when it's monotonous, then it will be hard to keep inspired. But at the point where it is right now, it's just lots of stuff to do, and it's what I've wanted to do my whole life. So, you know, the inspiration isn't hard, that's for sure. I think anyone that follows their dream, whatever that is, if they're doing it and they're working out their dream, then it's easy to kind of continue with passion.
Okay. And what do you see, what's the next step for Virginia to Vegas right now?
Well, I think the next step for me would probably be like putting out the album this summer. We're looking to release that by the end of the summer. And just playing, you know, building the live set and building the shows. I mean, when it comes down to it, all music's really about is, you know, going to see concerts, right? And when you're a kid, what you want to do as a kid is go and watch shows. So just like building up the record and building up the live shows and continuing to win people over as fans. And if that continues to happen, then I'll be pretty happy, I think.
Okay. You said, like, just going to shows. Was there any show growing up that just really resonated with you and just inspired you to want to get into the music industry?
I was a big fan of John Mayer's guitar playing, and I remember like listening to him when I was like a little kid, when I was like 12, and at that point he hadn't even released his first album yet. He was just doing like these like acoustic like webcasts on something called Eddie's Attic in Atlanta. And I remember like listening to those, like showing my dad and being like, "Dad, like check this guy out. Like his guitar playing is really amazing and his writing's really cool." And then hearing his first album was like, you know, a thing for me that was like, wow, like this is how you can write songs. And then when I went to go see him live, I was just like, game over. I was like, I can do this. I want to do this.
How were supportive were your parents when you decided to take that jump into it?
Well, you know, I went to college and I was working, you know, I was living downtown in Toronto, and I was working as a resort manager for a company called S-Trip, where I was like going away and like I was like managing hotels for like student grad trips and stuff like that. So I had a career, and you know, I made it to a point where I had enough money saved where I could take the final leap. You know, I'd signed a record deal, I saved up some money, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna take the leap and do music full time, and you know, see if I can land on my feet. And you know, luckily, you know, We Are Stars turned into a hit, and I landed on my feet, and I didn't have to go home and live with my parents. And, you know, so things worked out. But they were supportive because they knew how long I'd been pursuing it for.
Okay. So if you could grow any mustache, what kind would you grow?
You know what? When I was first growing facial hair, I always tried to do like the Johnny Depp thing.
Okay.
I don't know what that's called, but I always thought it looked pretty badass. So if I could grow more facial, I mean, I've got some scruff right now. I haven't shaved in a week, but if I could grow the Johnny Depp thing, I'd probably do that.
I think it's like the rugged pirate look.
Yeah, we'll call it the rugged pirate, sure.
Okay. And is there any festivals in the future or if you could play any festival, what festival would you want to play?
That's a cool question. I've always wanted to go and play Coachella in California. I've always thought that would be so much fun to go down there, and the bands that play that festival are so cool, and it's such an amazing setting, and it's in California, so I'd love to do that. So maybe next year, if I get a couple more hits, I'll be invited down to play in Coachella.
Okay, well, I'll look forward to seeing you there.